What are your thoughts?
What are my thoughts? I am gonna do. I'm gonna be happy, but mid lane already having a fight right in the scene as Homebois just pushing straight to NIP Flash, giving a lot of damage, almost close enough to get that first blood. But here on out, Mal and Udil, oh, they're thirsty. They are thirsty for blood, and somehow Mal will be stunned. He will be taken out immediately by Night Flash, and there you go. First blood comes through by Hades himself. Despite the fact that Homebois was the one who initiated, they ended up losing that team fight.
Yeah, Hades here hitting that level 3. We spoke about the Julian spike, right? You don't really need that level 4 to be as effective. But on the other side, the final kill nearly manages to pick up Adam. He's still sticking around, still trying to defend that lane. I think it's a bit of a risky play. He has to give up the EXP creep. But hey, both teams here doing pretty decently well, though NIP Flash did manage to pick up the first blood.
Agree, definitely. Looking good so far for both sides. Trace has been done, and a great defense coming up on the side of NIP Flash as well. But here on out, they will be trying to push in. So far, it's really fast on the early games, but things are slowing down. And moving on to the bottom side, we got Carry. Nets coming through with Owl pushing it with Moskos. MM versus MM. What's it gonna be like?
Yeah, it's kind of a drawn lane, right? Both players just trying to farm it out. But here comes the total fight. Adamir not level 4 yet, doesn't have the penalty zone, but he's doing a ton of damage with first skill. Yeah, A3 trying to get the steal in, but Hades will secure that red tree battle, and it is the first total going the way of NIP Flash.
Great steal coming in. That's a great move from the team of NIP Flash. What we wanted to see during the first run, and it seems that it is going in their favor as well. Now, Homebois, on the other note, they are trying to actually put a foot on what the team of NIP Flash is doing, but it's not coming off as they want it to be.
Yeah, I guess in some ways, NIP Flash, they have a little bit more breathing room, given that Homebois need time to scale up. But on the other side, you know, Owl also needs that space to farm, because we talk about Moskov here. So hopefully both teams put a little bit more pressure on bot lane. I would like to see a bit more, how do I put it, aggression coming up on both sides.
Alright, Udil comes through. Try to actually go in for initiator. Oh, it's just a back and forth right now. So far, it's just teasing everybody at the moment right now. Nobody actually trying to go in for the scrimmage, but at least they try to actually find a way to break through, and somehow not much of the information will be relayed on their side. It's just right now waiting for the right time. That's all.
Yeah, NIP Flash is trying to set up a gank in the mid lane. If Mal or ML that's going, it could be very risky. And here it comes, the Shadow comes right in, but it's not a full commit. Udil also does a good job with the infinite expansion, or rather, Inspiration to just try to make his mark onto the bush. A little bit of a reference there, if you guys know what I mean.
Okay, and it seems that they wanted to actually go in for the fight right at the bottom, but they didn't actually commit to that. Now pushing right on the mid is going to be 3 players, but NIP Flash somehow just holding off for the positioning. Team Homebois so far, it is the exact same thing that we see so far from the first game itself, because they slow things down, they try to actually get some of the buff from themselves, and here on out, they're trying to actually go in for the turtle.
Looks like JPL here trying his best. Nominal Blast already used, but Adamel penalty zone only catches Mel. Will that be enough? The Dawning Light comes out from Udil, and it was dropping really low in the meantime. Yeah, on the other side, still trying to spot out where is Hades, just hiding sneakily in the corner. And here comes the sword. Is it enough though? Yatri hanging on for dear life, but Katizi comes in and manages to pick up the kill onto the barrage, but Nets hanging around. Emil still up and alive, still healthy, still trying to get the steal on that turtle.
I mean, that was close enough from the side of Homebois. Was expecting more, but here on out, Homebois come through Mal. A little bit too risky there, but he's gonna be taken down by Hades immediately. Not sure why he overextended himself trying to push in, but ended up giving a lot of this favor to the side of NIP Flash, and Turtle will be taken off straight away for the team of NIP Flash.
Yeah, Udil nearly gets the steal with the Dawning Light, but it is still Hades on top of his Retribution game. 2 turtles now. I think lead definitely a lot more in the favor of NIP Flash compared to what we saw in game 1. The sword comes out, the chain misses onto Emil, and the Hayabusa will get scored off free.
So far, Team Homebois, not much of their fight is in their favor, and even their respawn is actually quite slow. And this is something that we've seen so far, even on the first game as well, because every single time they were having a little bit struggle to fight in. NIP Flash has the upper hand, and even despite that, I was expecting more for Homebois here because they had the benefit for themselves, and they also had the most early games heroes for them to actually push in. But ended up now, NIP Flash has the upper hand. They were very over-aggressive to a point that Team Homebois cannot do anything. Gonna push in for the 2 red. That's gonna be the end for that. So 2 turrets down. Team Homebois seems like this is a deja vu again on that first game.
Udil just being annoying here, using the Mystic Field to spot out members of NIP Flash, and well, the gang isn't going to go in the way of the Singaporean team. But hey, like I said, you know, at the end of the day, like we saw in game 1, despite having the lead, NIP Flash did still go down. Udil stays in the fight for too long. They're mounting a little bit of a defense here in mid lane, and they're going to the penalty zone, catches 3 members aside of Homebois. The Spear of Devastation comes up as well. Is he going to go into the back line? Hades not being able to follow up. They came for the mid tower, but not only did they not manage to get the tower, they lost Adamir in that fight as well. Wow, Bunny, that was too risky from Adamir in my opinion.
Agree, definitely. Overextension coming in from NIP Flash, and here Imal coming push through. Unfortunately, they just try to go in for the fight, but it was not going to be enough though. And here on out, Team NIP Flash going in for the ulti, but ended up Courtesy just backs off from the fight. Continues, and Team NIP Flash will be able to just shoo away Homebois and get the turtle for themselves.
Yeah, it's kind of like a second place prize, right? Consolation prize, if you put it that way. They didn't manage to get the tower, they didn't manage to get a Q there, but Homebois did expend a lot of ultimate. And speaking about ultimate, JPL, Flicker in, still has the Flicker, pardon me, but well, didn't really manage to catch anyone there with the dash.
Nope. Just a lot of defense been broken up, and Team Homebois had to back things off. Even Nets struggling at the moment right now to actually meet up with Moskov. Need more buff coming in from inside. They are gonna meet up right here at the mid lane. Year 3, just holding the ground.
Yeah, it's a classic matchup, right? I think, like you said, Homebois are holding the ground. We do see the Moskov using the Spear of Misery to get to the bot lane just to stop the push coming to carry. So that's, you know, perfect aiming coming for Owl. No pun intended, given that he's a bird, you know. He's pretty sharp with those eyes.
Okay, I like that. You keep on giving a lot of pun references right now.
Yeah, I'm trying my best, right? Before Jace comes
But there you go. Oh, Owl comes through,
Okay.
and Udil pushing off at the moment right now. Adama managed to take down Year 3.
JPL here, just making sure the rest of NIP Flash do get a picture, but Hayabusa gets hit by the Spear of Misery. Is that enough? They're committing a lot on this Hayabusa. Julian's around the corner. Hades does manage to get email. And look at the BMs, the rivalry just starting coming up. That's going to secure the tier 2 up in top lane. And with Lord coming up in 35 seconds, I think NIP Flash must be feeling really good in game 2.
I mean, this is not just a small victory. This is like the crucial victory that is needed for NIP Flash. And we've been talking about how they were having a lot of struggles coming in for a fight with Team Homebois. But then, now it seems that they're much more sturdy. Gonna push in right straight away. Udil gonna go in for the initiator, but doesn't actually get any enough to push in. Year 3 gonna go in with Mal. Goes in for a fight. NIP Flash just backs off just after that 2 raid. They don't want to actually overcommit. They just get the victory that they needed, and now they're just gonna go all out for the lot instead.
Yeah, the change up in draft definitely, you know, NIP Flash looking a lot more comfortable. I think the Terizla pick was good. It was what they were missing in the first game, right? The ability to just be in the face of Homebois and be slightly more tanky. I think the front line was what was missing in game 1. And the fact that now they're picking a you know, a Zask mid instead of a goal lane puts a little bit more pressure off Owl, because now he's a lot more mobile than Moskov. Speaking of Moskov, Spear of Misery lands onto Nets. Is that more enough? Just one more hit. It gets him away scot-free, but Mal, oh, good hook coming in, gets both JPL and Owl, and now it's lots of trouble for NIP Flash. But here comes the reply. Adamir with the hammer gets the kill onto the barrage. Udil in a lot of problems. You shouldn't be there, Udil. And they get the kill with the Dominator's Descent. But Emil, job's not done. Homebois trying to be flashy. Udil final kill. Not popped off just yet. And Hades with the chain onto the back line. Gets the higher booster. Nets dropping really low. But NIP Flash, they are not where they want to be. But Mel trying his best to help the defense. The rest of the super minions are coming down alongside the Lord NIP Flash. They managed to get key members on Homebois.
Oh, spawn come through right this instant. There's a lot of struggle coming in for the side of Homebois. Udil pushed through with the side of the ulti. Taurus is already down, but NIP Flash not overextending. I'm liking it. They're just pushing in and that's it. They're like, okay, we're not gonna go in all out already. It's done. It's a done deal for them.
That's the NIP Flash, I know. A lot more discipline, a lot more, you know, methodical. But I gotta say, I come back to the drop. I think the change up in the drop as compared to game 1 definitely makes it a lot more stable for NIP Flash to play. And I think so Homebois, but we are starting to see cracks in terms of the performance. We talked about this. We talked about the consistency that Homebois have failed to, you know, kind of display. And it's starting to show. Well, JPL, get a card right here. The final shadow kill comes out. I don't think they will be able to get anything here. Adamir onto the front line. Infinite. Nearly. I thought that Adamir would have been caught there, but the Mystic Field is not enough.
No.
Oh, but look at the barrage. Oh, a 4-man catch by Adamir onto the back line. Mel drops, and Dominant's Descent gets popped as well. NIP Flash in a blink of an eye picks up game 2.
I did not know what was happening at that time.
It was no pun intended,